Rated M for mature.
You had guys in their 20s. What kind of video game are they gonna make? We knew that there was something special going on.
Fight. Fatality.
The freedom that we were given to create that game, in hindsight, was incredible.
Oh, what? Okay. You now have my undivided attention. Cause I knew all about everything we were talking about, but I did not know about that. Please bring it back to me. Bring it back to me. Welcome back to the show, everybody. You know it is the one on triple the G.O.D. A couple of things before we get into the rest of this. Here's a fun fact. Literally right as this got announced, one of the episodes of the collection was me doing Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, which then I completely scrapped. So, that's why I didn't really cover it much, because I just wanted to see what this was going to build out to be. And now that we know what we know, let us understand what it is we know right now. Let's just get it back in the building. Let me do some little magic here. Hello. Yeah, this is the list, well, the basic list of what's in here, because all of the myriads of ports that you should be aware of at this juncture, this, and that. And again, had no idea, because the little stuff I did know, I knew about this picture, but I literally had no idea that WaveNet was in this motherfucker. And I'm kind of like, that is the mythical version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Played by very few, now being able to be played by everybody. That was one of the major things that would have been in that video, would have been where WaveNet at, bruh. But here's the other things that I do know. I will be able to do a Fergality unless they cut it out. Things that we should be aware of. Yeah, the whole reason I'm doing this video is because of the blow up of Mortal Kombat Gold and why it's not in here. But dude, they got on Twitter and said that, yo, we got a timeline that we are trying to hit about what things are. So it wasn't going to ever be no Shaolin Monks or Deadly Alliance or Deception or the PSP ports or Armageddon or anything. It was never going to be any of that. But again, when they announced it, they like, that's what you want. But equally, that's why if this do well, that will spur, Warner Brothers to like pretend to actually give a shit and let Digital Eclipse do more of these things. But again, my questions is, given what they're aiming for, like, we got 2 Game Boy Advance games in here, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you really kind of don't need Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for the DS, you know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily need that, even though, you know what I'm saying? Always a good time to play Puzzle Combat, I'm just saying, but again, that's for the other collection that because we know this is going to do well. And equally, I think I need to say this right now while it's on my mind. A lot of you people out here complaining didn't live through Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection. You didn't live through that mess. I missed the 360 version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I do. See, there were 2 illuminating moments in my life of understanding I'm not really that good at video games, and they both are equated to Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Do any of you people remember what Kyara is? Literally, I hopped in a room and got destroyed by a Kung Lao like a way you wouldn't believe. But it illuminated myself that A, I need to get better, and B, that I had no idea and understanding at the time what the fuck a skill ceiling was. I learned that day. I've learned plenty more times since that day, but that was one of the most real illuminating moments. Like, I thought I was decent in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. No. But that has nothing to do with that. But I just wanted to just sit up here and just give y'all that little story, that little tidbit. So again, like I said, the blow up right now is there is no Mortal Kombat Gold at the moment. Also, there is no N64 version of Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which I am legitimately surprised by. So here is my assumption. This is just me. This may be the weirdest out there throw in the world, but maybe Mortal Kombat Trilogy on N64 is coming to the Nintendo Switch Online, and that's why they couldn't get their hands on it. Now, that's not saying that they couldn't add it later. That's not saying that Mortal Kombat Gold wouldn't be part of a potential sequel or any of those things. Now, the one other thing that maybe that I thought might have been in here and that would have been a long shot was Turbo Edition for Mortal Kombat 1, but, you know, the whole thing of it being iffy and this, that, or whatever, that it is what it is. So, it was good, again, that they were able to get their hands on the Game Boy Advance ports of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, because they are showpieces for what the Game Boy Advance attempts to do. So that's good. Again, but you weren't getting real Deadly Alliance. You weren't getting real Deception. You weren't getting Mortal Kombat Armageddon in a collection this way. You weren't. That was going to be a sequel to this no matter what. So again, I am not here to judge you and your thought process on what should and shouldn't be and what your expectations are and what they should be. I'm not here to do that. We are at this point. This is what it's going to be. This is what it's going to be. It's not going to be anything else other than what it is. It's this. So we'll see if we get them other versions of what it is, but literally, bring it back to me, because I want to see my own face. Don't mind me. I just want to see my own face. Just want to see me, talking to you, right? The end of the day, Digital Eclipse has been kicking ass on these collections they've been coming out with. They have been sitting up here raising the bar on the overall product of what a collection should be. And they should be applauded and flowers should be thrown at them for the things that they're doing to preserve video games in the way that you need them to be. Again, not all these collections are perfect, but the Cowabunga collection, like, literally speaks for itself. The one thing you didn't think was gonna ever happen, happened, and Digital Eclipse made it happen. The Tetris collection is really good. Like, you should go play Llama Soft, dog. Like, real shit. But again, you're not going to play Llama Soft for what you're playing it for. You're going to go learn about the history of one of the ghosts and Jeff Minter. That's why you're going over there to do that. The Karateka collection, that's off meter, dude. Like, I'm glad that we have these collections so that you can go out here in the streets and go learn your damn history. That's why these collections are what they are. Again, the Tetris collection, for what it was hella bananas. And it was mainly hella bananas because now you have no excuse not to know what the fuck Tetris Baddest Guiding is. So, work has been done. And it is what it is. Speaking of Tetris, you should go wishlist Tetris the Grandmaster 4. Go do that. Go do that. Shout out to Arica. Okay? So, let us review what it is we've accomplished here today. Thanks to a whole video game company making a collection, they literally took a whole video out of my own brain and made a real collection out of it, but probably they had the collection already started to be made long before I started a series about collecting video games and discussing the reasons why we need to preserve the things we love. Okay? Fair. Alright? Maybe Mortal Kombat Gold comes in an update. Maybe it comes in the collection that has the stuff you want, mainly Shaolin monks. Because again, I will say this. Ultimate Mortal Kombat Deception exists. Google that shit because you should. You should. I'm giving you that. If you really want some work, fans done already done it. And I'm going to interrupt myself to let you know that Ultimate Mortal Kombat Deception exists. Just something to matter. Just go do that later, right? But again, this needs to be applauded for what it does. Now, if after this and you still looking at the collection and you still ain't satisfied, it ain't shit that can be done for you. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Nothing can be done for you because there is no satisfying your ass. That's what it is. This collection, give me a second, because I need to say this with some conviction so you understand what I'm saying. Hold on, let me see. Give me a second. Let me get the tank right. You should be lucky that WB is allowing this fucking collection to exist, given the things that they've shitted on when it comes to the video games they currently have under their motherfucking umbrella. See? I feel better saying that because it's the damn truth. There is a world where this collection does not exist. And then you were still stuck in the ways of trying to access these games before this happened. You are literally going to be able to, at a button press, play Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 in arcade perfection. See, we had that once. We did. It was literally the second digital video game I ever bought in my life. In my life. Because there was Streets of Rage 2, and then there was Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on the 360 was my stress reliever game. I would get off work. Yeah, let me get my Scorpion on real quick, just to decompress and to relax. And to now again, after that being delisted, and after Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection disappearing off the face of the earth, which has probably been a very long time. I didn't research it or remember. It's been a very long motherfucking goddamn time since you've been able to legally buy that motherfucker. This. And now you have it. So, Unc is just going to properly ask you, stop your bitching and your moaning, please, thanks. Digital Eclipse doing what they can. They got out of it on Twitter and said, yo, we understand you pissed and da-da-da-da-da, but reasons of we can't do A, B, C, D, E, F, that's just kind of what it is. Hold this L. Because that's what you hold. If you still bitching about it, after Digital Eclipse then walked out there and said, yo, we 1992 to 1997, that's what we aiming for, and we getting in what we getting in, and we couldn't get A, B, C, and D because of reasons we can't tell you legalese, let it go. Please. You ruin it for the rest of us. I need a drink. I need a drink before I get my outro. That's good. Thank you, Circle Bottle. Anyway, we got plenty of more show for all of you. So we probably ask you, sit back, relax, and stay tuned. I am, of course, your Uncle Triple, the one and only Triple, the G.O.D, a.k.a. Chemo V2, baby. Infinite to the 62,784th power, just in case your motherfucking ass forgot. And you, live right here with us, right here on Team GRF TV. Please stop your bitching if you out here bitching. Don't do that. That's embarrassing. You look back. Stop it. Just fucking stop. Okay? You're blazing. You're passionate. I get it. Be grateful that you have this in the first place. Given the state of WB and NetherRealm and Mortal Kombat and all that other shit, that because you are not a business person, that you are failing to understand. Literally failing to understand. That's kind of what it is. Okay? We good? Cool. We have plenty of more show for amazing and awesome beautiful you right after these commercial messages. Ha ha ha! seriously. Yeah, it was a coffee. I can't wait to do a Fergality on someone again. What is that called? Left down left, right down right, left left, right right. Damn, I still remember that motherfucker. I don't, however, remember all the cheats for Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on Super Nintendo. As much as Mom rented me that game, and she probably shouldn't have. Thanks, boss. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, we good. Go get out of here. More show for you wonderful, amazing, awesome, and beautiful people right after these commercials.